DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today's daily motivation is about managing your emotions, and more importantly, forget about managing them. Let's call this controlling your emotions, because your emotions don't need to be managed. They need to be controlled. They need to be dictated to and told exactly what to do. And I'm talking about this because I was talking to a coaching client of mine, and he was dealing with some challenges. And as a matter of fact, I could actually use this example with damn near every client I've ever had, because usually people bring their challenges to a person that's coaching them. So I've had multiple clients deal with challenges, but I'm thinking about one in particular that's recent from when I'm recording this. And his challenge was around finances. So he was having some challenges with just money in general at work. You know, he's a commissioned salesperson, so he had gotten some. Any of you have been in commission sales, and everybody should do commission sales at some point in life, so you know what it's like. But he made some sales, and then people, you know, if somebody refunds or they cancel the sale, then you gotta pay back. You're in the red from your last commission. So now every sale he makes in the future, he's just paying back what he owes from the chargeback of the previous commission. And you know, he's feeling all messed up. And he's like, yeah, this is an effed up situation that I'm in right now. What am I supposed to do in this situation? And he used some other language, and I explained to him, first of all, let's get off the emotional roller coaster. First thing you got to do, anytime you find yourself in a circumstance that is not to your liking, and you're finding yourself kind of getting upset about the circumstance, I understand why you're getting upset, because it's not what you wanted. It's probably not what you expected, and ideally you would not be in the circumstance in the first place, but you are in the circumstance. First thing you got to do is get off the emotional roller coaster. First thing you have to do is employ your logic, get out of your emotions, and stop letting your emotions drive the vehicle. So I'm driving the vehicle right now. The metaphor that I give people all the time is that emotions are great gas pedals, but they are horrible steering wheels. Never let your emotions grab the wheel of your vehicle, because they will drive you into a wall. Because emotions are unpredictable and they go all over the place at inopportune times. You never want your emotions taking the steering wheel in your life, because you will go somewhere that you don't want to be. You always want your logic, your rational thought to take the steering wheel. You control the emotions by using them as a gas pedal. So in other words, when you get engaged emotionally or mentally into anything, spiritually into anything, you use the emotions as a gas pedal to blast you forward in the direction that you have logically chosen to go. But if you allow the emotions to choose the direction, then you're going to spiral out of control. At times, again, when you weren't expecting to spiral out of control. That's why you never let your emotions take control of what's going on up here. What's going on up here is always controlled by the rational, logical brain. So that's the first step in controlling your emotions. Is the emotions are at best second in charge. Number one in charge is always the logic. What logically is the situation here? So when you find yourself in a circumstance that's not what you want, not to your liking, the first thing you need to do is ask yourself, okay, where am I at here? What is actually the situation? Not what my emotions want the situation to be, but what is the situation really? So it's looking at the situation as it is, but not making the situation worse than it is, which is what emotions tend to do. Emotions tend to basically enlarge a situation. So if you're happy about something, your emotions tend to make the situation seem even better than it is. And if you're sad or disappointed or angry about something, emotions tend to make the situation worse than it is. Your job as a logical, rational thinker and a person who is in control of their emotions is to look at the situation as it is, plainly, not making it bigger, not making it smaller, just looking at it plainly as it is, and not allowing your emotions to exacerbate what's really going on. That's the first step in having control over your emotions, that the emotions are not gonna make something bigger or smaller. That's number one. Number two, when you're in control of your emotions, you're controlling your emotions, is you do what we call fear setting. What does fear setting mean? Fear setting is like the inverse of goal setting. Goal setting is you thinking about all the things you want to achieve, And what would you need to do to achieve them? What are you going to do when you achieve them? That's goal setting, right? Everybody's familiar with that, whether you do it or not, but everybody's familiar with what it is. Fear setting is when you look at a situation that maybe is not ideal, you ask yourself, okay, let's say if this situation just turns out as the worst case scenario, what would I do? What's the worst possible outcome of this entire circumstance? If all 5 of the things that I have going on right now all go as bad as they could possibly go, where would I be at that point? And you answer the question, where would I be? If my family life goes terrible, if my car completely breaks down and it doesn't work anymore, if I get completely fired from my job, if the IRS audits me and I owe them $10,000 that I don't have, and all my social media accounts get shut down all on the same day at the same time, all of those things happen all at the same time, where would I be and what can I do about that situation? So that's fear setting. You say, what's the worst possible outcome of everything that I have going on? What's the worst outcome? And so let's say all of it happened all at once. If that happens, what would I do to recover? What could I do to kind of get back to a neutral place? Doesn't have to be a good place, but just how do I get back to a neutral place if the worst case scenario were to occur? Understanding that the worst case scenario for all the worst case scenarios all to happen all at the same time would be like you getting struck by lightning twice in the same day. It's probably not going to happen, but you're going to do this so you know what the rock bottom worst possible thing looks like. Then ask yourself, what could I do to get back to neutral if that were to happen? Now you know what your floor is. You know what the worst possible outcome is. You know how to look at the situation logically as it is. The next step is prioritizing. What's the first thing that I can do right now, given the current situation, not the worst case scenario? What's the first thing I can do right now? What's the most important thing I need to take care of right now out of everything, and focus on doing that? What's the next thing I need to do? Focus on doing that. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And just start taking care of things by priority. And the medical world, or not medical, but emergency response world, they call this triage, right? So we got all these things. What's the most important thing we need to do right now? Who most needs our help right now? Or this person got a broken leg, this person is bleeding, this person twisted their ankle, this person got shot, or this is a baby that's suffocating. All right, with triage, we probably got to take care of the baby first, then the person that got shot, then the person that's bleeding. The sprained ankle is probably going to get taken care of last. Triage is just basically saying, what is the most important, most urgent thing to be addressed, and you put them in order, and the most urgent thing gets addressed first, the least urgent thing gets addressed last. And it's not that the least urgent thing shouldn't get addressed at all, but when you have limited resources, this is what you have to do. It's the exact same thing you need to do. You have a limited resource. Your limited resource is your focus, your attention, your energy. All right, these are limited resources. You don't have unlimited amounts of them. You can get more of them, but you don't have unlimited amounts at all times. So these are the 3 steps you're going to follow anytime you find yourself in a situation that is less than ideal and things aren't looking too good. Number 1, get control of your emotions. See things as they are, not worse than they are. Number 2, fear setting. Number 3, prioritize and triage. What is the most important thing I can do right now? Focus on just doing that. Then you do the same thing with the next thing. Then you do the same thing with the next thing, so forth and so on. This is how you get control of your emotions. And again, keep in mind, most important point, never let your emotions grab the steering wheel of your life. You keep control of the wheel using your logic, and your emotions are riding shotgun in the passenger seat. So with all that said, I send out daily motivation texts every single day, free of charge, to everybody in my text community. This is a message that is guaranteed to have you focused, sharp, and on point to start your day. You want to get this message straight from me every morning? Text me at my number 305-384-6894. So you'll be double dipping in the daily motivation because I do the video and you'll be getting the text. Secondly, Work on Your Game University. That's where I do all my coaching, all my high-level trainings, all my courses, and all my top frameworks on mindset, strategy, systems, and accountability are all inside the university. So go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. That's the only place that I do any type of coaching. So you want to be coached from me, that's the only way you can get it. Third, make sure you do all the YouTube stuff here. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, leave a comment, and let me know what you did. What did you implement and actually do differently based on what you heard here in today's video? I want to know what you did, what action was taken. Leave a comment, let me know what that is once you have taken that action. And make sure you have a great day. Follow what I just told you here in this daily motivation. Take control of your emotions. Never let your emotions tell you what to do. You tell them what to do. Work on your game. Have a great day. Dre all day.